Hi guys, welcome back to another video of fun and games on the road. Please like and subscribe. It does help us a lot. It does promote the channel. Trying to get out there to as many viewers as possible, and I very much appreciate it, as you know, and thank you to all the people who have commented and subscribed on the channel already, and hit that like button and notifications. Okay, this opening clip is simple about that Jaguar there. Couldn't be bothered to queue behind us like everybody else. He's in the lane that was right only. As it goes straight on, it bears right, and he could have gotten to this lane a lot earlier than what he did. Instead, he decided to hold everybody up and then push his way in. All too common there going around Kingston. Happens quite a lot. Okay then, let's move on to the next clip and let's see what's happening. Okay, this clip is on the A3, and as we're looking from behind, we're looking at a particular car that's had plenty of time to adjust to join the A3 and doesn't do so appropriately at all. Indicates, but made the car behind slow right down as well as everybody behind it. Not particularly good in joining a dual carriageway. It's their responsibility to pick up the speed or drop it off. Anyway, as we look to the front, what I was picking up on here was the car in front, and I felt how my pupil on this particular occasion done quite well on the A3. It can be quite a daunting place. They keep in reasonable distance, which is important. It's what I teach them to do from vehicles in front. Keep that braking distance. Now, as we get a bit further up, this car is looking to leave the dual carriageway. Now, you've got a slip road just turning off right there, and only now does he indicate, and look how close that is to the slip road. Now, we would have been a lot closer than that. We possibly would have been braking quite hard to deal with that. Same as this Honda coming up on our right hand side, indicates to pinch in. That was closer than what it looked, and then immediately my pupil then regains that braking distance again, which is quite important. This particular clip looks a little bit simplified, but for the learner, look at the early indicating there, and then they still maintain that braking distance. It's good. It's really good by the learner. I wish more qualified drivers would do similar tact when they're on the road. Anyway, let's look at the next clip. Okay, on this clip here, we're looking at this car coming on the left. Slicks us up, says thanks actually for not giving way to the right when he should have done. Which is all too commonplace for us, but he puts his hands up in some sort of note shift to say thank you, I'm coming through anyway. Anyway, I think my people dealt with that actually okay. Now, as they're carrying on, there's something else I want to show in this particular clip. As we keep forward going on this road, lots of hazards going on here with the vehicles pulling out, lots of pedestrians around, so they have to pay attention, and I think my pupil keeps it nice and smooth here. We're coming up to some traffic lights where we're going to bear left, and people are still crossing the roads, so we've got to slow right down in case they decide to walk in front of us, and we're good. So we go around still paying attention, nice smooth on the bend. Now it's this next roundabout we're coming up to, and we, like the other car should have done, give way to the right. Pedestrian lights there not working, but no one was quite good, so we're in the right hand lane because we're turning right. So we're looking, can we feed in, and we suddenly decide no, they're coming up a little bit on the quick side, so we give way to the right. It's fair enough, and that's fair enough. But this next Audi that comes up can't clear the roundabout, so just there and gets in the way. Now we can't proceed, so we're just looking to pinch for as that moves out the way, and then we're looking to go, but the Audi shouldn't have been there, held us up, and it was unnecessary. But I think the people dealt with that quite well. Okay, interesting little clip this. Like your thoughts on this one. We left the A3, we're in the right hand lane because we're going to be going third exit right on this roundabout, which is a designated roundabout, so you can get to your lane appropriately. And we're looking at this bus on the left hand side that's picking up passengers at this moment. Now as we pass the bus and we're going into the roundabout, you'll see that as we go around, everybody does the right thing. And I'm just a little bit surprised on how the professional bus driver deals with this. Now normally these bus drivers are pretty good. Look at the markings on the road, you get into the appropriate lane, you carry on going, it takes you to your destination. It's excellent. And you'll see the markings again on the road, so you can't make no mistakes. You know where you're going, you know what you're doing, and pretty much everybody is doing the right thing. I probably think, with the slight exception, as they just come around here, there's vehicles looking to enter on our right as you see it, and we ended up slowing down. They got held up there. I think those cars could have made a bit of a gap, let a few out there, but they didn't. Now, as we're moving forward, keeping an eye on the roundabout itself, as we're leaving to take the Worcester exit, there comes that bus overtaking everybody coming into our lane and literally just barges past everybody. Now, some people might turn around and say that he's just doing his job and he's trying to make progress, but so is everybody else. There's a bus there ahead. Can you see that on the roundabout? Well, that one is also going in the same direction as we're going and as that last bus was going. We got in our correct line there, and as we go around the roundabout, you can see that bus there. Now, they don't seem to have a problem queuing and getting into the appropriate lane, so why did that other bus driver think he was any different at all by actually coming up on the wrong lane and literally passing everybody? Not very helpful at all to anybody. There's the bus ahead going in our direction, and they were able to get into the correct lane, so I don't understand why the bus shortly that you'll see coming up on our right hand side could not do the same thing. Yeah, very odd, really, very odd indeed, but not very good driving in my opinion. Not by a professional driver, which should know better, that's carrying passengers. Okay, this clip is what I like to call standard learner abuse, really. It's just inappropriate driving for no reason other than just trying to get past a learner car. Now, he was keeping a reasonable distance, that Peugeot, and then for no reason decided to bomb past us. We're doing 20 in a 20, and when he actually chooses to go past, he does it at a totally inappropriate time. As that bus is getting closer, we're now having to pay attention to that in case we would have to brake quite harshly to let that car pull back in again, rather than having a collision with the bus. And where did it get him? Nowhere. Absolutely ridiculous and totally poor driving. Okay, in this clip here, this is a real doozy, this one. I cannot understand the driver in this clip whatsoever, what they were thinking, what they were doing. As seen by the thumbnail, I can only assume that we really did have some sort of invisibility cloak on our car, because I don't get this driver whatsoever. So we're turning into this little side road here, which is not very wide, and as we're going up, the car's coming towards us on our side of the road, and so we're having to slow down, thinking, what is this individual doing? Why isn't he getting over and giving us some room? And we then have to slow and come to a complete stop, and they just keep coming and coming and coming until you can't barely see the car anymore, it's so damn close. Got no idea what this individual was thinking or doing, but he made us reverse right up so we could go around him. I mean, totally incredible. It's like we really were invisible to him, or was he just playing with a learner car? I don't know at all. It's not like he didn't see us, let's be honest about it. Totally ridiculous. If you look from the rear view camera, there was nothing behind us there at all. Could have stopped anywhere if he was parking up. And even as we go past, if you watch, he pinches forward slightly. And then stops. Yeah, madness. I don't understand this individual at all. So really poor driving. He needs to go back to school for his license, because I don't get that individual whatsoever. This clip here is a typical pedestrian at a junction giving way, but this pedestrian is actually waving the learner in when he should just be crossing. The learner was waiting there. Now that can be confusing for the learner, because they've got to pay attention to the cars coming the other way rather than just reading what the pedestrian is asking him to do. And it seems that they're able to come in okay on that occasion. Pedestrian is looking properly as they cross, but That learner car, I hope he was getting the correct instruction there before he turned in, and pay attention to the road and not so much to the pedestrian when he's coming in. Whilst we're on the subject of pedestrians, we're coming up to a busy crossroads. We're going to be going left, and it's really about the two cars in front. I think not really paying attention on the left turn. There's some vulnerable pedestrians in the road. I believe they could have stopped and let them cross the road. As you see as we go around, as soon as we go into the corner, we're looking for hazards and dangers, and there they are between the cars. Probably not the best place to cross, but that doesn't matter. Both of those cars could have stopped, let them go. It's the right thing to do, and let's be honest, it doesn't really hurt, does it? And they're both looking to turn left there anyway. It wouldn't have hurt to let them go, even though there's a pedestrian crossing a bit further down the road. It's beside the point. Let them get across the road. We're back in Kingston again. There's a bit of deja vu here. This is how the first clip started actually, and we're actually in the same lane, and basically we're in the same place. Coming up to this road where you can see everybody patiently queuing as they want to get down to the bottom of this road and filter left. There's markers in the road to say that if you're in that right hand lane to this queue, you are filtering right at the end. You are not going left. But as we are about to move on, you'll see a car coming to the left, and it would have to be a blinking Audi, wouldn't it? There it is, and just comes around and pushes its way in. How arrogant and ignorant of that individual driver. Very poor indeed. Thank you guys for watching. It's much appreciated. Please like and subscribe. As I said before, it does help the channel out, and I very much appreciate it. And look after those learners on the road. They do need a little bit of help from you guys. And I look forward to seeing you again on another video. Take care for now. Bye bye, and drive safely.